If you could please join in for a 1 minute silence for the mother of club legend Glenn Rombat Coscary, who has sadly passed away. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon and welcome to Cromer Park for this Round 5 National Premier League's New South Wales clash between Manly United and Blacktown City. Both teams with a win last time out, no doubt, will be ready for this afternoon's game. It is a pleasant 28 degrees. Actually gotten hotter as the day has progressed. This is probably as warm as it will get. We'll find out how these players handle those challenging conditions. As mentioned, a win for both teams. What a dramatic win it was for Manly last week. Last minute penalty and winner against Marconi. Of course, away from home, haven't yet picked up any points here at Cromer Park. Good crowd out to see if that can happen. So we're underway. It will be Manly United, the home team, in their blue and red strip. Blacktown City, all white. Did mention Blacktown getting the win too. It was tight over Sutherland last weekend. Job done, and that moved them to 4th on the table. Manly not too far behind in 6th. As you know, if you've been watching the NPL, things can happen very quickly. Brendan Chalakian giving away the early foul. Crowd continuing to build here at Cromer. No doubt. Result last weekend will have these home fans thinking maybe this season will be all right. 4 rounds in. This is round 5. This is Blacktown with the early ball. Arujo playing it out wide to Lewis. Gets it straight back under a bit of pressure. Force that turnover. Run down the line is made. Parkhouse intercepted well though from Much. He continues down this right hand side into the feet of Gibbs. Gets it back now. Inside to Arujo. Balderson coming in just to halt that attacking momentum for Blacktown. Wholehearted player is Balderson. Blacktown. Lovely little passing here. Comes back to Arujo, who's had a lot of the ball early. Lewis throws that one in. As far as the defender. Both teams trading possession early here. You'd expect nothing less, would you? Both physical, competitive outfits. Challenge coming in again. Orchard plays it out wide to Paul. Orchard, of course, was in the team of the week last round. An absolute rock at the back. Manly just conceding the one goal to the home side, but made countless challenges and interceptions. Often the praise has gone to his centre-back counterpart in Sam Gallagher. Michio seeing that one out, meaning Blacktown will get the throw. Sparakis. Inside to Berry, gets it straight back. Plenty of space here. You can see the 4-4-2 shape for Manly in defence. Balderson playing up top alongside Chalakian. Jamie Glover, who started off the season for Manly, no longer in this first team squad. Saw him out for the 20s earlier this afternoon. Ball on this right-hand side for Blacktown, happy to go back and across. Backline with plenty of time on the ball. Lynch. There's a wide to Lewis. Back inside. At four-line midfield of Manly, tight originally. Now there's space out wide. Played back now. Klutz on the ball. Bit of A-League experience here for Blacktown City through Klutz and Gibbs. Swung in here to the back stick. First touch is decent from Dimitriou. Till Michio says, I'll have a piece of that. Berry looking to go forward. There is space out wide. You'll notice that from Manly, like to choke the central areas, forcing their opponents to play that big switch. Then immediately, of course, just setting. Pressure as soon as one of their midfielders gets on the ball. Lynch has got the skill to get past though initially. Challenges flying in from Manly. A hard tackling outfit. So they look to hit here on the break. Parkhouse. The ball out to Pandurovic is lovely. Pandurovic inside. Well cut out by Blacktown. It will be a throw in for Manly. And he takes one or two passes and this Manly United outfit almost through on goal. Paul it is with the throw. Inside to Balderson. Paul wants to go through. He was going through. There was no stopping him. Unfortunately for him, it was without the ball. Booted clear by Blacktown as Gallagher takes a touch to settle. To Orchard. These two just playing it around with themselves currently. Orchard to his fullback in Paul. Goes long to Balderson. Chests it down well to Pandurovic. Wants it straight back. Pandurovic wants to go for a run though. Keeps that in marvellously, Pandurovic. Inside Chalakian. A lovely touch. Looks for the return ball. It is a little heavy, but encouraging signs here for the home team. Prendergast who has a busy week last week, did manage to keep that clean sheet. That's all he'll care about. Lovely little touches there from Joey Gibbs. The ball over the top just as good. Tis a little central. Dylan Mitchell able to gather. Rolls it out to Orchard. Bring it inside. Ferguson to Gallagher. Wants it straight back, Ferguson. Always looking over his shoulder. Stom Ferguson looking for that forward pass if he can. Lovely little touches from Balderson to Chalakian. Wants to get that to Parkhouse. Did not get a hold of that pass at all. Prendergast able to roll this out from the back. As mentioned, Manly United not trying to pressure from the front, waiting until one of the midfielders gets the ball. May well need to conserve that energy in this heat. Long ball forward is searching for Gibbs. Holds up slightly, but not enough. Dylan Mitchell able to get there comfortably. First time ball for Chalakian. Great challenge coming in. Appeals for a free kick, but it was all ball. Unlike that challenge. Taken quickly by Blacktown. Give me this little 1-2. Berry has his run blocked off, but deemed legal by the referee. Immediately puts the pressure on Ferguson. No problems there. Penderovic for Paul to Orchard. Moment here to settle for Manly United. Orchard looking for options. Has a willing runner in Penderovic. That ball a little too long for him though. Raises a hand of apology. Ball just being changed here. Not sure if that's due to inflation. It did look quite miscoloured, if I'm being completely honest. We'll resume play with this nice white ball. Balderson, again deemed legal by the referee, and then the very ambitious shot came in, you have to say. I believe that is McDonald wearing the 18, normally would belong to Komet. Gibbs happy to play it back here. Not a lot of room to work in for the away team thus far. Heavy challenge in. Referee happy to play that on. Ferguson forward for Parkhouse. Very well weighted ball indeed. Parkhouse has Chalakian in the middle. Players outside the area. Decides to go himself. Will get the corner. Balderson it was, waiting just outside the box. Penderovic in no hurry at all to take this corner kick. Take this moment to take a few deep breaths. As mentioned, stifling conditions here this afternoon at Cromer. Penderovic, the in-swinger, positioned well. off a Manly head as well, just over the crossbar. Have to say, excellent delivery from Pandurovic. Jogs on over to his right midfield position. Set pieces have been Manly United's undoing a few times this season, and they like to right those wrongs, so to speak. The head on from Gibbs, only as far as Gallagher. Blacktown not able to get a lot of possession in their final third. Chalakian, Pandurovic going for the flick. Chalakian sliding in, but his challenge lands short. Arujo. Out to Spirakis. To his fullback, swung in. Orchard sticking out a leg. A few touches from Kloot. Out of that danger area for Manly, but Blacktown will try and go again. Berry back to Spirakis. Back to Prendergast. Spirakis and Prendergast, time to have a bit of 1-2. Lynch to Lewis. Pandurovic winning the ball. That should be a Manly throw and is. Well called linesman. Pulled down the line to Pandurovic. Wanting to go through his defender. Lewis was not giving him an inch. Chalakian. To McDonald. Parkhouse wide. Michio looking to take his man on. Unable to do so. Much doing very well. Quite a bit of pace for Manly going forward. These combinations may be starting to gel as season really gets going. Bit of an aimless ball into the box that time. Defended well from Arujo, who's everywhere at the moment. Gibbs using all that experience to hold up the ball. Let's go in with studs showing. Just the one leg means it's a yellow card. Probably more just frustrated at himself for losing that ball. Yellow card, probably the correct punishment. Maybe one to watch as this game progresses. Third of the way through this first half. Orchard looking for Pandurovic. Cannot find him. Gets a second effort here. That header is good to Ferguson. Manly retaining possession well. Gallagher under pressure from Berry, but Manly playing some lovely stuff at times here. Chalakian and Balderson now wide to Pandurovic. Pandurovic wants to take his man on, does so onto his left foot. Shot doesn't have the required height, but a lovely little foray into the area from Pandurovic. It's one of those players who it's not quite two-footed, but close to. You never quite know if he's going on that left or right foot. Massive advantage for a winger to have, of course. Blacktown back on the ball. Lewis calling for it. Doesn't get it. Balderson applying that pressure. Lynch had other ideas. Joe Gibbs this time drawing the foul. Lynch back inside now. Berry running forward, wants a middle option, has to go out wide. Overhits that significantly. William Much it is on that right-hand side, that fullback position for Blacktown City. Michio to Chalakian. Header is heavy. This time the simple pass is played. to Lewis. Gets it back again now. See Chalakian nibbling at the heels of Araujo, realizing perhaps he's getting a bit too much time on the ball for his liking. Berry plays the simple pass this time into the feet of Lynch. Lynch goes inside now. Demetriou, it's good first time passing from Blacktown. Back to Berry. Goes for that switch, as we mentioned. Space on this near side. Good use of the body. A few times indeed before Ferguson has enough, and then Chalakian. He's going to play this game on his own terms. Deemed a foul there by the referee. Looked like there was a lot of ball involved in that challenge, but maybe it was the initial contact. Orchard to his captain in Gallagher. Might notice the new logo on the home kit of Manly United. Bing Lee, now the sponsor of the men's and women's teams for the next 2 seasons. Great to see that commercial support in the NPL. McDonald, under heavy pressure, gives that ball up. Manly do regain it. Chalakian. A little bit too creative. Maybe the simpler ball out wide was the go. Tried to play it through the middle. Pendurovic acknowledging the intentions. Berry able to spend a lot of time on the ball and wait this pass. Demetriou showing a lot of strength, but too much strength, according to the referee. Not a lot of arguments here. Credit the marking from Kieran Paul, who's never letting his opponent out of his sight. Not a lot for either goalkeeper to do just yet. Dylan Mitchell donning the cap. Prendergast going without. Notice that the keepers in the under-20s game were wearing those baseball caps. Pumped along, well won from that man Araujo. Balderson ends up with it. At least initially, Blacktown finding their feet. First time ball from Demetriou. Nor one thing nor the other. McDonald with time to run forward. Plenty of time to run forward. Man may keep going. Finds Parkhouse. He's got time to swing it in. Comes off Chalakian. Wasn't sure if that was the arm or the chest. Doesn't matter at the end of the day. Great challenge from Ferguson at the first and second attempt, ensuring Manly retained possession. Parkhouse it is on that left-hand side. Manly more than happy to play it back and across. Gallagher dummying that ball back up the line. Paul's actually in space here on this right-hand side. That's been ignored by his teammates. Gallagher wants the ball over the top instead. Parkhouse is offside. Yet another ball change here at Cromer Park. Not sure what's going on there. That ball certainly wasn't discoloured. Only the best here in the New South Wales men's. Lynch coming forward. Plays it wide to Lewis. He's got time to measure it into the box. Chooses not to. Goes inside to Kloot. Excellent ball. Out wide. Now it will be swung in. Delivery's a little shallow. Does land at the feet of Lewis. These crosses a little aimless, you have to say, and yet they're getting second and third attempts. Delivery the third time of asking isn't much better. Grandurovic trying to be a little clever. Good feet. Arujo isn't here. Pleasure to watch. Klutz finds Berry. Berry retreats. Manly tightly marking in those central areas, forcing Blacktown wide. Arujo this time. Not a bad idea, but Versi just can't really sort out his feet. Can't say we've seen a lot of Versi in this game. Lovely little back heel. That ball is gone and forgotten. That's an effective clearance if you've ever seen one. Orchard it was, making the foray forward. Just when we found a ball we liked here at Cromer Park, it's maybe never coming back. Gentleman from the crowd has gone and retrieved it. Thank you, sir. Clever feet from Versi to draw the foul. Believe the ball retrieved was in fact not the match ball. We've gained one. On we go here. Lynch out wide. First time passing from Blacktown to try and create something in attack. Ball was a good idea looking for the feet of Balderson, but played a little too wide. Lynch inside to Sparakis. Will get it straight back. A little frustrated perhaps, Blacktown City, able to have possession, but perhaps not effective possession. The crosses from the fullbacks, not quite up to scratch. Not at this level. They do try to go inside, but it is Manly's man of the match from last week. Doesn't want to continue his run, wants some willing runners. Comes inside to McDonald, who goes out wide to Michio. That ball holds up on this synthetic surface. Blacktown might be able to hit now if they can find feet. Midfielders from Manly still retreating. Good forward ball from Arujo. Finds Versi. No doubt wants to have a little more time on the ball for himself. Does find the fullback. Lewis inside. To Arujo, back to Lewis. The switch coming in. Balderson lashing out at it cheekily with the right arm. Wonderful character is Balderson. It's Berry who's now this left midfield spot, clearly wanting to create something for the away team. Seen him at attacking mid, defensive mid, centre back, he's everywhere. Trying to play make. It's Klute who comes out with the ball, goes this way and that. The left-footed strike comes off the shoulder of Orchard. Corner for Blacktown City. In swinging delivery to the back post. Good header. Lovely save though from Dylan Mitchell. Most of us here expecting that to be bulging the back of the net. Mitchell goes horizontal. Sticks that left paw out. Doesn't even concede the corner. It's goalkeeping at its finest. Blacktown. All the way back to Sparakis. To Lynch, to Lewis. We've had that combination a few times already this afternoon. Joey Gibbs saying, please lads, strike it forward. Sick of waiting. Lovely diagonal ball. Finds Lewis, comes inside. But it's Devante Klute dragging his shot. As this game progresses, more of the turf will be covered with the shade provided by the stand here at Cromer Park. This is off in the way. The play directed to that side of the ground. Kieran Paul, ball down the line to Balderson. Uses both hands to push off his man, but too strong is Lynch. As is Adam Berry. Taking quickly. No way forward for Lynch or for Blacktown City. Ball down the middle, finds feet this time. Held up a little bit, ball inside looking for Gibbs, doesn't find him. Versey trying to show Paul go outside. Paul sticking to his task well. Another corner for Blacktown City. We've been encouraged by that last effort. Dylan Mitchell trying to marshal his troops. Swung in, again searching back post. Orchard gets it well clear of the danger area for his team. Prendergast has gone for a bit of a pilgrimage down the pitch, wanting something to do. Arujo interchanging with Berry in that centre of midfield, trying to get things started in an attacking sense for his team. Berry calls for it, gets it to Lewis. Looking for the 1-2 here with Kloot. Kloot decides to go inside. McDonald all over that danger. Kloot gets it back though. Surging forward, Devante Kloot. Manly defence too good for now. McDonald to Parkhouse. To Michio. Looking to go back down the line, asking a bit too much of his teammate. Goal kick to the away team. Matt Lewis, the Blacktown City captain, taking that time to get some fluids on board. Diagonal ball, little ambitious. Paul down the line looking for Pandurovic. And as far as Lewis, Joey Gibbs. It's better feet from the front man. Kloot, however, showing the same composure. McDonald's touch is good. Has his delivery out wide. Right on the money for Balderson. Looks to go over the top of the defender. Now shall not pass. Dylan Mitchell wanting his defenders to stay nice and high, not drop back too deep, invite that pressure on. Great feet again from McDonald. Gibbs on the ball again. You see 5 players surrounding these central attackers of Blacktown. Can they get it wide and can they get some good delivery on the end of it? Ball inside. Gibbs searching for it. Lands at the feet of Versey as well. We know he's got lovely set of heels. Decides to be selfless. Passes it back. Ferguson running out. Kloot tangling with him. Ferguson does not like that call one bit. Orchard, how many times have we seen him get forward this game? Pandurovic, decent first touch. He's only got Balderson in the middle. Doesn't need him just yet. Runs out of room. Tom Ferguson still not happy with that challenge from Klute. Paul to Pendurovic. It's a foul that time from Lewis. Probably a needless one as well. Pendurovic not going to catch up to that little flick down the line. Taking that knock to the ankle or lower shin perhaps. So hope he's okay to continue. An opportunity for the players to take some water on, but of course some instructions. Manager Paul D inviting his defenders, in fact centre mids, over. Mark Crittenden for Blacktown City, a bit more pensive. Happy to look on and ponder for now. Thankfully, Pendurovic is up and will be fit to resume play. Might have to be after this set piece, though. It is Adam Parkhouse who stands over it. The in-swinging delivery is quite poor, to be quite honest, and he knows that too. Does not even make it into the box. Michio finds his captain Gallagher, who might get a bit of a nosebleed up there. Back to Michio. It's a decent delivery. No one really attacking it. Parkhouse certainly wasn't. Forces a defensive header from Matt Lewis. Parkhouse will have a chance to redeem himself from this corner. None of this silly short corner nonsense from Manly United. It swung in well. Defended well, though, from Blacktown. Paul to Pendurovic. Didn't have a lot on, and Dylan Mitchell, the goalkeeper, could see it from his position. Asking for some movement from his attackers. Might be that battle of mind over body here at Cromer. Steamy conditions indeed. How long can these players keep going? Every failed effort comes a mental battle to go again the next time. Gallagher to Michio. All the way back once more. Ortred searching ball forward, looking for Balderson. Little hand on the back from Balderson. I'm afraid to use a bit of physicality to try and win it. Prendergast sorting out that situation. Dylan Mitchell again. Hold. Does not want his team dropping deep. Can see what looks more or less now like a front four for Blacktown City. Now the wingers start to retreat somewhat. Lewis back to Lynch. No way through just yet. Arujo to Lewis, gets it straight back. Takes on McDonald, beats him well. Lewis on this left-hand side. Cuts back into his right foot. Klute. In swinging delivery. Well over the head of Joey Gibbs. Dylan Mitchell will be having that all day. Ferguson calling for it early. Finds Kieran Paul. Pendurovic has set off well down this right-hand side. Looks to head it on. That is class defending from Lynch. Concedes the throw in, but Pendurovic may well have been away. Balderson for Paul. We know how pacey Paul can be, and that's maybe why he gets the tug back from Versey. Versey doesn't like the decision, but we all saw that hand come out. Cannot let Kieran Paul get away from you. Adam Parkhouse standing over this one. Big boys are forward for Manly United. Once again, Adam Parkhouse's delivery though. Not of a high enough quality. Need to at least beat that first man, surely. Prendergast keeps that in play. Has a little look to the linesman to make sure he did. All good, Tristan. Sparakis wants to play the big diagonal. Not on, goes down the line instead. Immediately met with pressure from Michio. Adam Berry. Back we go again. Lewis is in space wide. Blacktown have shown a reluctancy to play the early diagonal pass, preferring to keep it at feet. Feel a bit sorry for Dimitriou. Must have only had 2 or 3 touches all game in that attacking midfield role, seeing none of the football. Lynch Lewis again on this left-hand side. Works quite well as a hybrid name, if I don't say so myself. Pendurovic. Lovely feet before playing it inside. McDonald. Tegalaga to Michio. Which one of these two sides is going to show that moment of quality to break down what are admittedly rather two of the competition's better defences? Ferguson under pressure from Gibbs. Gibbs letting him know all about it as well. Misplaces that pass. Maybe it won't be a moment of quality, so to speak. Maybe a mistake will bring about the all-important goal. Berry lobbing this forward. There's a bit more Lynch Lewis for you. Lewis inside cleverly to Gibbs with a bit of space. Decides to look for that 1-2. Orchard dealing with it well. Sensed the on-rushing attacker. Ball staying in play for a throw-in. Mass Lewis throwing it inside. Gibbs and Orchard, what a battle that is. One of the competition's best attackers versus an informed defender. You have to say Orchard is winning it thus far. Gibbs on a yellow card. No goals to speak of just yet. We see yet another back post delivery from Blacktown City. Right on top of the keeper. Little half fist away. Initial contact isn't great from Manly, but job done. Balderson cleverly to go past Arujo. Parkhouse, his first touch, lets him down. Took his foot off the accelerator slightly. Meant he needed to outstretch. The immediate reply, Versi not able to get there ahead of Kieran Paul. Arujo again. Showing that he's always alert. Pandurovic has 3 to beat. Manages to get the touch off the defender. He and Balderson play a little 1-2. Here we go again. This time Pandurovic says, go long for me. It's a task too much. Great tackle coming in. Or not. Kieran Paul deemed to foul Arujo. Thought he got the ball there. Maybe the referee saying he's come in from behind. Blacktown City, one of the voices saying you gave Joey a yellow. Where's the yellow there? Didn't see any studs in that challenge, however. So we get close to half time here. Might have been the flashiest of first halves, but in a good little arm wrestle here at Cromer Park. Pandurovic leaves that very short for Ferguson. Means Gibbs can have a ping. Dylan Mitchell lets it bounce off his chest. Gets it at the second time of asking. Bit of a hospital pass from Pandurovic. Balderson this time will be penalised. Not necessarily the greatest in the air is Balderson, but always using that body well. Seeing him up top makes me think a little of Matt Simon with that blonde hair too. James Dimitriou straying offside there. Wonder if it's worth Gibbs or Dimitriou coming a little deeper to receive the ball. They're certainly not getting it. Trying to get past Gallagher and Ortred. One of these sides love a goal heading into half-time. Certainly changed those half-time team talks. Harkhouse did the hard work, you have to say. Got there, all the way to feet. May have actually been Balderson. Once again, those blonde bandits. Hard to distinguish from this side of the ground. Lynch with a little no-looker. Sparakis trying to find Gibbs long. Ortred in the back. Gibbs doesn't mind it. Gallagher gets it long. Pandurovic cleverly to keep it in play. Chalakian, who hasn't seen a lot of possession in this second stanza of the first half rather. And Chalakian it is, with an identical challenge, you have to say, from Gibbs. Going in with the studs raised on one of his feet. He doesn't like the call. Didn't make contact with the man, but it's not about necessarily the contact. It's about the dangerous challenge. Players know that. It's going to be called at all levels as soon as you raise up those studs. And so this match has been heated in terms of the tempers from the players.
There will be a minimum of 1 minute at a time. That's
Being
1 minute.
certainly competitive, as we see 1 minute displayed by the fourth official. 60 seconds for one of these teams to crack open this game. Balderson doing very well. He's going to want it back from Pandurovic. Pandurovic always looking to take on his man. Paul to Ferguson. Does well with the control to play it inside. Gallagher first time to Michio as instructed by Dylan Mitchell. Always love some communication from your goalkeeper, don't you? Keeping you in check. McDonald, Ferguson. As the seconds tick by here at Cromer. Ball a little aimless. Means Berry can tidy up after the initial challenge.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is half-time here at Cromer.
Arm wrestle was the term I used earlier. That might be exactly on the money. Really, the highlights coming in the form of two challenges. Overstepped the mark, Joey Gibbs and then Chalakian in the book here. But in terms of the scoreline, is Manly United 0, Blacktown City 0. It's not a criticism, or indicative again of the stifling conditions. Ortred saying that Gibbs went down easy there. Referee sides with the away team. Versi hoping to get his paws on this free kick. Klute giving him the big stare down, not a chance. I think this is a bit too far out for the number 7. So he swings this one in. A little bit of a shank from Pendurovic, but Dylan Mitchell able to keep it in play. Maybe it will be a set piece that is the undoing for one of these teams, but delivery at this end of the ground falling short on almost every occasion. Dylan Mitchell will be giving that cap a workout, if nothing else. Now looking directly into that sun. Gallagher. Ortred pumping it long. Right in between his 3 teammates. Chalakian, who needs to be careful, is on a yellow. Committed challenge from Sparakis. Sends Blacktown on their way. Berry racing forward down the line here. Dimitriou. Michio prevents that from being anything more than a throw-in for Blacktown. Mentioned Dimitriou might wanting to drop back a little bit, try and get on the ball. This time he goes out wide. Not a bad plan B at all. Let's throw long, searching into the box. Ortred gets it to Michio. Bit of an up and under. Chalakian using the body well. Balderson has Parkas on the left. Ferguson tries to use him, in fact does. There's Pendurovic wide. If Chalakian can find him, Chalakian goes inside. Now he uses Pendurovic. Pendurovic with the shots. Straight at Prendergast. Gets down low. It's probably the best attacking move for Manly United in this game. One wonders if maybe there could have been a little more made of it. There was a 4-on-3. Not to be. Dimitriou was looking to create something for Blacktown, unable to do so. Gibbs forcing the forced clearance from Dylan Mitchell. Ortred getting it under control very well. I say, if Sam Gallagher was the standout for Manly United in the opening rounds, Ortred is taking a little bit of that light off his centre-back partner. Balderson claims for handball, but didn't think it was going to be given by the referee. In fact, there's been a few verbals. That's why that yellow card comes out. If I'm not mistaken, it's not for the foul. Referee calling this back as well. Manly will actually probably be quite happy. Dimitriou was the one who was getting on the end of it. Got to give that referee time to get the name in the book. May have been Matt Lewis, possibly Lynch. Try and confirm that for you in a bit. Referee not taking any chat, and why should he? Balderson wants to take his players on. Goes down inside the area. Maybe a little bit dramatically. Lynch was making the challenge. Play on the call. Pendurovic not able to keep it in play. But already in the second half, Manly getting it into their attacking area. Balderson winning the throw-in now for Manly. Certainly started the brighter of the two sides in the second half. Much gets that out of danger. Paul throwing it inside. Balderson flicking it over the head. Will he get there first? Not to be. The first time shot from Chalakian, drifting just past that post. Fell to him kindly. There was someone that you could pick on this ground to place it first time. It would be the man in form. 2 goals in his last 2 games, looking to make it 3-3, not to be. Arujo playing it wide to his centre back. Lynch to Lewis, inside to Berry. Arujo, first time passes, but not making their way up the pitch just yet. Berry takes on McDonald. Excellent defending there. Told you he was the man in form. Ferguson with a bit of poise. Wants a forward option. Orchard. Lovely ball inside. McDonald leaves it. May have thought Balderson was on the case. Searching ball forward. That's more likely from Blacktown. Dimitriou. Clever first time. Out to Much, inside to Arujo. Now Berry. This is better tempo from Blacktown. Slows down a little bit now though. I don't want to just aimlessly cross it into the box. Arujo. Looking for the magic ball. Cut out well. Michio, it is. Doing the hard work. Not reading that from Balderson. Balderson never lets his man get past him. Doesn't mind if he wins the ball, but Sparakis well held on to by the number 13 for Manly. Arujo with a little bit of space to Klutz. Plays it wide to Much. Back inside now, Klutz looking for that return ball. Parkhouse doing well to first make the interception. He's got space down the line, and we know he's got pace too. He can keep going if he wants to. Ball down the line to Balderson. He is onside. Looks back for Parkhouse. The first touch is a little heavy. That's why that attack breaks down. Ferguson to Pendurovic to Chalakian. Does take a deflection, and that's why it will be a corner. Could have been so much more for Manly. If it wasn't for Parkhouse's heavy final touch. Maybe it just looks a little short on confidence, Adam Parkhouse. We all know he's got the ability. He's shown it in the NPL, he's shown it in the A-League. Is it a fitness thing or a confidence of touch? We're not quite sure. Maybe a good corner here is the perfect remedy. Here's Parkhouse to swing it in for Manly United. Flicked on here from Gallagher. Excellent punch away by Prendergast. Delivery was near post. Did find the head of Sam Gallagher. Credit where credit's due. Parkhouse, much improved. Orchard, cleverly keeping that in play. Really, it benefits Blacktown City. A little bit of a tug on the shoulder from Clute. Forces the foul. Gibbs, who is on a yellow card, wanting more friends to join him in the referee's book. Not just yet. Sparakis. Wide to Berry. Love to see a heat map of Adam Berry this game. Covering so much ground. Clever little dummy. Lynch looking inside. Gibbs. Good 50-50. Good challenges really all around. Gallagher using the arm. Referee says advantage. This ball swung in. Back stick. Michio able to leave that all the way for a throw-in. We'll see the first substitution of the afternoon. Arujo can't fault his work ethic coming off, and it will be Bragg coming on.
Blacktown City FC coming off the field is number 8, Daniel Arujo. Coming onto the field is number 23, Daniel Bragg.
Let's go, Braggy is the cry from Prendergast. Balderson getting this throw from Manly United. Sparakis happy to send that long. Gallagher to his central defensive partner, going forward for Pendurovic. Pendurovic started so brightly. May find himself the first player substituted, looks to be wearing a little thin. Is Bragg now on the ball. Blacktown with some first-time passing, but again it's a little aimless. Means McDonald can surge forward, goes straight past Bragg. Parkhouse dinks it to the back stick. Heavy challenge comes in. His only ever going for the ball, though, was Grant Lynch. Paul, will he try his luck looking for the corner? Takes a little bit of a tumble, but was never getting on the end of his touch. Bragg is going to need to get up to speed a little quicker. Let McDonald go right past him. Lewis down the line. Clever feet from Versey. He's going to have to be very quick to get away from Paul. He is so far. Wanted the little give and go with Clute. Clute not reading his teammate's intention. That means Manly could go down the other end. Balderson has Parkhouse. If he can get it to him, it does find Parkhouse! And he places it in the back of the net. The defender not getting it away. The Blonde Bandits once more linking up. This time incredibly effectively. Balderson, the first time ball across the face. Parkhouse doing the rest. It's 1-0 to Manly United.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a goal to Manly United's number 11, Adam Parkhouse. Scores Manly United 1, Blacktown City FC 0.
Don't the home crowd just love that? Adam Parkhouse. Is that the little bit of fortune he needed? The defender slipping in the area. I believe it may have been Sparakis. Doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it is a goal for the home team.
Coming off the field is number 15, Mason Versey. And he's replaced by number 22, Leroy Jennings.
When Parkhouse got a sniff, he made sure of it. Bearing that one, a little turn. Nothing that Prendergast could do about it. Will that wake Blacktown City up a little bit? It's confirming for you as well that Leroy Jennings, the goal scorer from last week against the Sharks, coming on. Versey, who'd made that energetic run down the left-hand side, the man to make way. Shalakian with a bit of space here. A few step overs, more for show than anything else. Parkhouse. Little cut inside under pressure from Demetriou. Forced to give up that ball. Clute now. Blacktown attacking. Gallagher well positioned and the ball forward just as good. Parkhouse to McDonald. Dummies the ball, goes back to Ferguson. Sprays it wide to Pendurovic. Ferguson, the first time ball. Lovely. Paul needs to attack it. Does. His header a little bit too heavy. This game really starting to open up in the second period. Not a lot of space in midfield in that opening 45 minutes, but now players tiring, some fresh legs as well. Yeah, the fresh legs are for Blacktown, and they're not being effective legs. Ball over the top. Good idea. Gallagher, though, able to cut it out. Dimitriou chases forlornly. Chalakian has the run of Balderson. Must have been incredibly tight. The linesman, to his credit, perfectly placed. Maybe that ball needed to be released a half second earlier. Balderson one-on-one with Prendergast. We'll never know what will have been of that attack. It's much down the right-hand side for Blacktown. Swings it in. Gallagher away well. Parkhouse looking for the little give and go with Chalakian. Chalakian has an arm around him. To his credit, doesn't complain. Keeps chasing after the ball. Bury it was with the pressure. Out wide too much. Gets it back now. Berry. It's mostly been back and across for Blacktown. Lynch gets it back. Sparakis. Wide to much. Give and go works this time. Sparakis. The shot on the edge of the area comes in from Jennings. Certainly be fancying his chances this week. Can he make it 2-2? Maybe a few surprised he couldn't get the start this week. Have to show us all what he can do off the bench. Dylan Mitchell pumping it long. Looking for Balderson. Who was mentioned earlier, doesn't often win a lot in the air, but certainly makes himself known. Nice feed here, the ball over the top. Orchard again. Little ambitious from Chalakian and Pandurovic. He's pacey, but no one's that quick. Comes out wide to Sparakis. He searches for the ball over the top. Dimitriou. Michio doing perfectly to get that away. Much throws it inside for Kloot. Devontae Kloot. Lovely little ball. Not sure if Berry left that for his fullback in Much or whether it was just a little overhit. Frustration nonetheless. Gallagher doesn't get enough of that. Falls to Joey Gibbs. Falls over very softly, you have to say, from Gibbs. Michio not looking for the contact. Didn't want to make the challenge. Gibbs was the one falling into him. He's complaining, but from this position anyway, looked like he was trying to make a lot of something that wasn't there. Would have loved to have seen Gibbs just take the strike on. We know he's got the ability. Paul looking to flick that on, and he goes inside. Dimitriou's frustrating afternoon continues. Handball call there, and Blacktown going to make their third and final substitution. Here's the end of Dimitriou's afternoon. He's the man that makes way.
Coming off the field is number 10, James Dimitriou, being replaced by number 11, Manuel Gonzalez.
Manny Gonzalez comes on to replace Dimitru. Exchanges a handshake with his manager, Mark Crittenden, but not the happiest of afternoons for the number 10. As frustrated as the away team might be, it's just the one goal, the difference so far. Substitutes being made relatively early in this clash, particularly when you consider that Manly haven't made one, but maybe that's just a reflection on how the managers feel that game is playing out. Playing out was the problem there for Blacktown. Prendergast forced to put it wide. Gonzalez showing that he's fresh and ready to contribute. His first effort, just a foul so far. Tom Ferguson now, the latest to take on some water. The sun is going down, the temperature decreasing too. Does mean set pieces like this one could be very interesting. You'll notice there's players trying to cover their eyes from the sun, peeking from the left-hand side of this grandstand. Bandurovic. How's the quality of delivery? Decides to go low. Maybe a little training ground maneuver there. Didn't have the pace on it. Parkhouse swings this one inside. Well defended from Lynch. Maybe a little counter-attack for Blacktown. Jennings looking inside. Has Gibbs short. Decides not to use him. Goes in behind. Very well defended from Balderson. Little nibble there. Orchard. He keeps getting forward. The centre-back does not want to be there, clearly. Or maybe he just doesn't have the lungs. Pandurovic forced to do the impossible. The crowd was certainly willing Travis on. A few niggly challenges coming in. Pandurovic didn't like the contact that forced him to play that out of play. All forgotten now. Sparakis. Lynch to Lewis. His first touch is brilliant. Let's keep that in play. Right-footed down the line. A little bit of space. Berry inside looking for Joey Gibbs. Doesn't find him. Michio heads it away, but not far enough as far as he's concerned. Much into Kloot. Left-footed delivery to the back post. Goes over the head of Leroy Jennings. Blacktown City, so many quality individuals, at least on paper. A-League experience, NPL experience. Highlight reel of these players combined would be something to behold. No highlights for this team this afternoon. Manly have been disciplined in defence. Blacktown frustrated in attack. Gibbs on the ball now. Finds its way to Berry, and then Much, who's a willing runner down this right-hand side. His delivery's half decent, cleared initially, and at the second time of asking from Gallagher. Parkhouse trying to put the pressure on. Not to be just yet. Gibbs on the ball, looks for the little flick. It's fanciful and not effective. Inside for Chalakian. You know, he doesn't mind taking a player on. Adam Berry committing the foul. We will see a change for the home team now. Be Taneski coming on for Balderson, who will surely get a good acknowledgement here from the home team.
Coming off the field is number 13, Scott Balderson, and he's being replaced by number 9, Nicola Taneski.
It was Balderson's run down that right-hand side and delivery across the setup. This game's only goal so far. And Parkhouse, the man he provided the goal for, comes over to give the side fives.
Coming off the field is number 14, Dayan Pandurovic.
Pendurovic taking his time to exit the field. He has run hard today. We saw with that final effort, he'd done about as much as his body could do today. He will be replaced by Charles Mendy. Mendy's impact last week against Marconi was evident, starting to look more fit as the season progresses. No longer has that knee brace on. Home side appreciating the efforts of Dejan Pendurovic. Ball back in play now. The ball to Chalakian. Over the top of him. Much pumps it down the line. Gallagher moves that back inside. Space for this ball to be played. Dylan Mitchell keeping his eyes on that one. Gets that out of play. Is at the far ends of each. Try that one again. It's at the far ends of the ground where the sunshine will peak from either side of the grandstand. It means that delivery swung in, crosses, corners, throw-ins, going to be a bit hard to pick up. Be heavily weighted to Manly United's attacking side. See what role that plays. Dylan Mitchell. Searching for Tedeschi, doesn't find him. Gallagher. A few headers being misread early by Tedeschi. Blacktown have just not been able to pass it forward from the outset. Always forced back and across. Whether that's a tactical ploy, just trying to hold a bit of extra possession, I'm not quite sure. Just need to take that into consideration. If you ever see some possession statistics, doesn't mean a lot when it's back there. That might well sum up Blacktown City's efforts so far this afternoon. Passing it around the back, nice and content, nice and easy. As soon as they try and go forward, the combination's just not there. Mendy doing enough to keep that ball in play. Ferguson, the second time of asking. Down the line to Tedeschi. Lynch back to Prendergast. Michio standing up to head that forward. Chalakian, bit of space here. Bit of contact in the back as well. Chalakian straight back up. Players fighting for it. Chalakian wanted the contact, couldn't fault his endeavour. Gonzalez it is for Blacktown. Once again, any time that ball has gotten forward and or central, immediately met by Manly defensive pressure. Challenge coming in. Gonzalez, we said, wanting to make his presence felt. Picks up a yellow card now. Manly will be surely searching for a second goal. One goal at any level. Never enough. Not often enough. NPL New South Wales is no different. Excellent attacking players in every side. Gibbs holding that up very well. The first time pass is good. Gonzalez now on his right foot. Wants to cut it back inside, does so. The shot comes in. What a save, though. Dylan Mitchell. We saw Prendergast do it in the first half. Now it's Dylan Mitchell's go. Sticks out that right hand, tips it over the crossbar. Magnificent. Manuel Gonzalez must have felt assured that was finding the back of the net. Not to be. But as mentioned, Manly United not going to be content with just one goal. It's Blacktown swinging this one in. Near post. Comes up. Chalakian takes heavy contact, the flick on! And once again, Mitchell. Is he going to be beaten here this afternoon? One wasn't hit with the same pace, but it was just as wide, and he had to get down. Hasn't had a lot to do this afternoon, but when called upon, he's been present, he's been reliable. You have to say, Manny Gonzalez for Blacktown City looks to be the danger on this right-hand side for Blacktown. Little flick up from him, inventive. If I was the away team, I'd be trying to get it into his feet as often as possible. Looks to have that bit of magic. Lewis inside. Reverse ball. Only can find Gallagher. Taneski not using his body well enough, just tried to stick out the leg. Much. He's done all he can really this afternoon. Chalakian poaching it off Clute. Sends Taneski almost on his way. Credit the defending from Lynch. Ball just needed to be a little heavier. It's those little moments that could make all the difference here at Cromer Park. Tight offside call against Balderson, and now Taneski through, but the pass from Chalakian under hit. All the way back, again we go with Blacktown. Maybe they're hoping just to tire out their opponents here. Not that I think they'll have to do too much movement when it's being stroked around the centre backs. That ball down the line is brilliant to Much. Delivery, not so. Gets underneath it. Enough signs for Blacktown, though, to show that possibility of an equaliser is there. Are we going to see Manly United get their first home win of the season? Been in every game that they've played, but getting that elusive W. Maybe that spell's about to be broken. Clute now, the first time ball. Only as far as Gallagher, Mendy not able to get there. Mendy holding on to the attacker means there will be a free kick for Blacktown City. Devontae Clute standing over it. Sparakis is beckoning for it back post. Doesn't quite find him. Orchard getting up well. Orchard trying to stake his claim for back-to-back team of the week positions. Couldn't fault the judging panel if they went with that decision. Blacktown. Gonzalez back to Much. Much always lunging for it, cannot keep it in play. Still a bit to go in this one though. Players can't switch off for a moment. Parkhouse, inside well. Taneski. Manly going all the way back, puts their keeper under pressure. Mitchell didn't seem too unhappy to receive it. The crowd though, quite worried. Berry forward for Clute. Being marshalled well by Michio. It's going to be a corner for Blacktown City. Swung in by Clute. Mendy with the clever backheel clearance. Back to Prendergast. Has his delivery. Perfect. For Kloot. Parkhouse doing his defensive work. It's just a throw in for Blacktown. Cannot try to take it quickly, or if they are, there's no options for Blacktown. In fact, the throw will be now taken by Much. Gallagher means that will be another corner for Blacktown City. Corner kicks have been Manly United's undoing quite a few times this season. No doubt it's been addressed by manager Paul D in training. How's the application? Kloot plays it in low. Little flick on is blocked. It was Lynch, the centre back. The fancy footwork. Much pumps it back in. Paul doing well. Mendy wants to play it to himself. Not going to happen. Bragg plays it down the line for his fellow substitute in Jennings. Goes inside. Shot goes near post. It is scuffed. Dylan Mitchell raises the hands. Not worried. You know who it was, though, of course, Gonzalez. He's playing on that right side of midfield, but ended up there after that set piece. Maybe would have preferred it on his left foot. Delivery from Dylan Mitchell straight out of play. Maybe a few signs of fatigue here from the home team. Not going to see any fatigue from Teneski, though. Nikolai is fresh and hunting down centre-backs. Blacktown going forward. Gonzalez tackled well. Michio plays it inside. Chalakian, the willing runner. Teneski finds him. Chalakian trying to go past Lynch. Lynch defending extremely well, though, you have to say. Does ever so well. Chalakian has the trickery, but not quite the pace. Grant Lynch. Chalakian actually signalling he's cramping up. You can expect him to be coming off shortly. Manly do have one sub left to make. Blacktown. Kloot has Much wide. Much takes a touch. The delivery. Gibbs at the second time. Plays it back outside. Again, deflection comes in. It is just wide. Bragg it was who had the opportunity. It's getting a little nervy here at Cromer Park. Chalakian defending this set piece might be his last order of business before he's replaced by Joe Fox. But Blacktown. So we see a little holding in the box. Can be encouraged by what they're seeing here. Swung in. So many bodies. Punch comes from Dylan Mitchell. Just screams at his defenders to get up. Not keen on conceding today, Dylan Mitchell. Substitute now can be made. Chalakian knows it's for him. Once again, you can expect some warm applause. He's done more than his part for the blue and red today.
Substitution for Man United. Coming off the floor is number 10, Brendan Chalakian, and he's being replaced by number 6, Joseph Fox.
Comes in again. A header to the middle of the area. Mendy showing commitment. It's going to be a foul the other way. Mendy trying to go through Bragg. Probably didn't need to make the challenge. Bragg not really contesting the football. Bit of ill discipline there from Mendy. He's back in the wall though. Need all of his 6'3" frame to stop this set piece. Fox on for Chalakian. Certainly going to help Manly stabilize defensively. Where's the attacking outlet going to come from? Tedeschi can't do it all by himself, surely. Maybe they're happy to just try and see this one out, take the 1-0. Gonzalez runs into the box. It's Gibbs standing over it. Goes into that tall wall of Manly. Second effort, Orchard and Gallagher able to get away. Mendy chasing after it. Look at this run versus Much, and Mendy actually got there first. Unfortunately for him, means it goes out of play. Much with a sigh of relief. It's been an incredibly intimidating sight seeing Charles Mendy charging at you. Sparakis gets it back now. Much to feet. Gonzalez. You hear Mitchell asking not to foul the attackers from Blacktown City. Doesn't fancy stepping up behind another free kick, but can't sit too deep. Surely Manly United. I think that pressure will eventually tell for Blacktown. Clute steps past his player. McDonald holding out the hand. It was a slip from Clute, but McDonald with a bit of contact, recognising that. If no foul was the call from Dylan Mitchell, it hasn't been heeded. And this free kick quite central. Interesting to see Gibbs over it. Goes to place it. Once again, Dylan Mitchell is there. Not over yet though for Manly. That does come off the arm. You have to say it came off the arm, outstretched arm of Parkhouse. Wasn't towards the ball. Kept it by his side anyway, moving on. Again, the deeper you sit, the more that those little moments can occur. Klutz now. It's the free kick from Gibbs that was struck so well. Parkhouse rushes that ball to Mendy. Parkhouse really could do a few different things there. Would have been lower down on the list. The first time ball wide when Mendy was central. Chalakian might have come off with cramp. I can tell you he's standing up on the touchline, riding every moment of this game. Gripping end to this contest at Cromer Park. Bragg, left-footed, chip. Orchard deals with it initially. Tedeschi uses the body well. Not sure if that's out of play. Well, it's definitely out of play. I'm not sure if he's aiming that out of play. Mendy hasn't had a lot to feed off, just that one chance on this left-hand side where he couldn't keep the ball in play. Mendy is playing as the lone striker now. Parkhouse dropping deeper. Midfield three really for Manly. Tedeschi playing on the left-hand side. Kieran Paul with the late challenge. Didn't want to see his man go past him. As we approach the end of regular time, will Blacktown City devastate Manly Hearts with a late equaliser? Or can Manly hold out for this 1-0 win? Taker looking directly into that light. 4 minutes of stoppage time signalled here. Maybe a little bit surprising considering it's only been one goal. Not a lot of ball going out of play. It lands to the feet of Bragg. Well saved again. And then the challenge comes in. The stud's raised on the keeper. It's going to mean that the players have a little bit of a scuffle. Dylan Mitchell not happy at all after he'd felt he'd claimed the ball to see the studs coming in. Referee, to his credit, on top of it straight away. You understand, of course, what Blacktown are trying to do. They're just trying to bundle it in the back of the net any way they can. When the keeper falls over the top of it,
And ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official...
That's not the time to do it.
There was additional 4 minutes of added time. That's 4 minutes.
It was Jennings who perhaps thought he was about to find the winner. But Dylan Mitchell might be the one to get his 3 man of the match points this evening. Nothing has gotten past the man. The only failure he's had is losing his cap in that last scuffle. Firmly planted back on the head now. Boots this one long. Flick on, Mendy. You can hear the crowd get so excited when Mendy's on the ball. They know the pace he has. He goes down the right, has the delivery. Not quite as good. Sparakis cutting it out. Parkhouse was the man hoping for a double. Clever ball from Gallagher. Finds Taneski. Taneski just wants the corner. Doesn't find it, Ferguson. Needs a bit of movement. Taneski had floated offside. If he had held that run, you wonder, could have kept it in the corner. Maybe that would have been just about it. Not to be. Gallagher. Imperious in the air as always. Taneski with a horrible little hospital pass. Means Ferguson has to commit that challenge. He comes off second best, but it was he that commits the foul. Taneski surely more comfortable in a striking role, not linking up with his teammates as he drifts deeper. The family of Dom Ferguson looking a little concerned. As you can imagine, he's stayed down here with Manly not having any substitutes left. Surely he wouldn't be staying down if he could at all continue. Of course, for Manly, that means they'd be down for 10 men for the final moments of this game. Paul D, manager of Manly United, already asking Charles Mendy to fill in for him in midfield. Maybe a sign of how significant this injury is. Yeah, Prendergast is going to receive a yellow card. Much to the home crowd's delight. Prendergast may be suggesting that there's a bit of time wasting. If you know Dom Ferguson, you know that's not the case. Looks like he will also be fit to continue, which is good to see. All that drama means Blacktown City get this chance with a set piece into the area. It's going to find Lynch at the back post. Much. Back to his centre back. Clever little ball around the corner for Much. Plays it inside the header. Loops up. It was Bragg. My apologies, not Much. Much now back in his fullback position, but Bragg was the one making that run down the right-hand side. He now has to be back because Mendy's after it. Mendy wins the header. The second challenge, he keeps it as well. Does he just want the corner? He's got teammates centrally. Is he going to use them? He goes past the defender. He's got Parkhouse in the middle. He can't find the run, but maybe a corner's just as good. The crowd have celebrated that as much as the goal. Charles Mendy holding off Much, willing his way forward, winning this corner. No Manly players coming forward whatsoever. Can you blame them? This corner can put the house on being played short. It's done so. Fox. The attempted clearance. Mendy could maybe get onto that. Chooses not to. Ferguson. Plays it to Mendy. Mendy just sticks the arm out. Taneski. Little 1-2. He's on the end of it. Taneski wobbles around a little bit. Sparakis defending well and in fact getting the goal kick for his team. Prendergast plays it out immediately. The whistles signal out here at Cromer Park. Play continues for now. Orchard. That's surely a foul from Paul. They want to take it quickly. It's allowed by the referee. Crazy stuff here at Cromer. Gonzalez. And I have to go back. He has no players on Finally, that run comes from Adam Berry. Swings it in near the back stick. Orchard concedes the corner. This would surely have to be the final play of this match. Prendergast gets the sign from the bench. He can go forward. The keeper in the area. It's all or nothing here for Blacktown City. Clute swings it in, back post. Decent delivery. Headed back across. Prendergast. And that's all she wrote. Cromer Park have their 3 points. Manly United getting that first home win of the season. At the end of the day, it was Balderson delivery to Adam Parkhouse that sealed the deal. Blacktown City, to their credit, sending all they could, doing all they could, including Prendergast. But it is the home team that take the chocolates. It finishes here. Manly United 1, Blacktown City 0.